Very fresh morning, class. So today again we are going to continue with our fifth chapter, that is of business equation, and today we will continue with the numericals of your NCERT textbook. You can prefer your reference book, that is of T.S. Grewal, and accordingly you can solve your numericals. Okay, so right now I have only this book, so I will start with this. If you have any kind of query regarding your reference book, so that we will also discuss in our live classes. Okay, so let's check. So as you all are aware how to solve the questions of numericals of accounting equation or the business equation. So first, at the very beginning, first we have to draw our basic equation and we have to draw our format before that. So what is our format? That is, first we have to write our transactions. Okay, first we have to write our transaction, then after the main equation, basic equation, that is assets is equal to liability plus capital. Okay, this is our basic equation and accordingly we have to solve our numerical. So first we have to cross check. Okay, here we are going to write our transaction and that is for the equation. So first transaction, according to this book, first transaction we have Harsha started business with cash rupees 2 lakh. Okay, there is a person named Harsh. He has started his business by the investing of 2 lakh rupees. So once when you will invest 2 lakh rupees to start your business, so this transaction will increase our, first we have to write transaction, sorry. Business started with cash rupees 2 lakh. So that's why we have written here 2 lakh rupees. Then at the same time, that is the amount of capital, that's why we have written 2 lakh as capital. Okay, it was our first transaction or first question. Second, we have given purchase goods from Naman for cash. In this transaction they have given we have purchased goods from Naman in cash. So if we are buying goods in cash, so we have to forget about the name of person or the party. So this transaction is clearly saying that we have purchased goods in cash worth rupees 40,000. So once when you will purchase goods in cash, so definitely it will increase one more item, that is of stock. So let's write second transaction, goods purchased. So goods purchased worth rupees 40,000 in cash. So this transaction will decrease our cash, but at the same time it will increase our stock by 40,000. There is no effect, no change in the liability side. So we have written here as 0. Just after recording, every time once when you will write at least 2 transactions, okay, after recording these 2 transactions we have to find out our new formula, new equation. Okay, most of the students ask me, sir, why we don't write here total? So we can write total, but every time we have to prove our equation. So that's why I used to write here new equation. Okay, so in the new equation we have 1,60,000 here plus 40,000 in the stock here, and here we have 2 lakh as capital. Okay, so in this equation, why we write equation? In this, according to this, we used to check that is our assets are equal to the liabilities or not, capital or liabilities or not. So here we can cross check our cash and stock. The sum of these is 2 lakh, which is equal to the total of capital. Okay, because we verify each and everything, the effect of transaction on the basis of equations only. So next, third transaction. In this question, we have third transaction, sold goods to Bhanu costing rupees 10,000 and we have sold it by 12,000. So we have sold goods to Mr. Bhanu. It means it's a credit transaction. So credit transactions will help us to increase debtors, okay, because when you will sold goods to someone, it will increase debtors. So here we have increased one debtor. Okay, and here we have sold goods to the debtors. Goods sold. Okay, so we have sold worth rupees 12,000, but the cost of the goods was 10,000, so it will decrease our stock. In this transaction, we are getting profit worth rupees 2,000, and remember, every time our profit and incomes increases our capital amount. So that's why our capital will increase by 2,000 rupees. After this transaction, again we have to verify whatever transactions we have did, that is correct or not. So again we have to check with the help of new equation. So there was no effect in the cash, so it will be same 1,60,000, and your stock will be of 30,000. Sorry, we have sold, okay, 30,000, and debtors will increase by 12,000. There is capital, and which will be 2,02,000. So we have to cross check again. The sum of this side, that is of 2,02,000, and which is equal to the total of liabilities plus capital. Then after we have fourth transaction, that is bought furniture on credit. Okay, here we have purchased furniture. So furniture purchased worth rupees 7,000. So one more asset will increase by the name of furniture. So here we have to write 0. Okay, so furniture worth rupees 7,000, so it will decrease our cash. No effect in stock or the debtors. It will increase our furniture worth rupees 7,000. No changes in the liability side. Just cross check, just revise. New equation. What is our new equation? 1,60,000 minus 7,000 is equal to 1,53,000. Then after stock, that is of 30,000. Then after debtors, 12,000. Then after furniture, 7,000, and which is equal to the 2,02,000. Okay, again we can cross check. 153 plus 7 is equal to 160, 190, and 2,02,000. So it was new equation only. Okay. Then again here we have to finalize. What is the sum of assets? Because our equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. So the sum of assets we have to check, that is of 2,02,000, which is equal to the total of creditors. So the value of creditors are 0, and the value of capital, that is given 2,02,000. So this is the sum. Here we can verify our answer. Up to this level we can write new equation. At the last, whatever amount is that you can write as a total. Okay, so it was the solution of question number 1. Then we have to continue with another question, that is first transaction they have given. Kunal started with business with cash rupees 2,50,000. So as well, that is almost same transaction as we have did in our first question. So simply we have to write it as number 1. So business started with cash, and that is capital. Okay. So cash we have invested in our business 2,50,000. So here we have written 2,50,000. I'm going to write the sign 250K. Okay. 2,50,000. After this, next we have he purchased furniture for cash rupees 35,000. Second transaction. Okay, you don't have to write like this. Okay, 250K. We have to write 2,50,000. Okay. So next transaction, purchase furniture for cash rupees 35,000. So we have to add furniture as new item, and it will be 35,000. So our cash will decrease by 35,000, but our furniture will increase by 35,000, and there is no effect on the capital. Okay, so after, as you know, after two transactions, we have to find out our new equation. So here we have a new equation, that is 250 minus 35 is equal to 2,15,000 plus 35,000 of the furniture's amount, which is equal to the total of capital, which is here 2,50,000. So after these second transactions, our equation which verified asset is equal to liability. Okay. So next we have third. Third we have he paid commission. So we can write, okay, commission paid rupees 2,000. So if we are paying any kind of expense, if we are doing any kind of expense, so this expense will decrease our cash. So cash will decrease by 2,000, but at the same time our capital will decrease. Okay, whenever you will do any kind of payment or the losses will be there, it will decrease our capital along with this cash. So after this transaction again, we have to find out our new equation, new formula. Okay, so revised cash will be 2,13,000 and revised furniture, that is equal 35,000, and our revised capital will be 2,48,000. Here we have to cross check the sum of asset or the sum of liability. Transaction number 4, he purchased goods on credit. Credit purchase. So in the credit purchase, we have purchased both rupees 40,000. So credit purchase, so that's why we have to introduce stock in our business for rupees 40,000. So previously it was 0, 0. Okay, but right now it will increase by 40,000. But it's a credit transaction, that's why it will increase our liabilities, that is creditors. So creditors we have to increase in the business both rupees 40,000 and no changes in the capital. So let's find out the sum of new equation again. After this transaction, what is our new equation? What is our new formula? That is cash 2,13,000 and furniture 35,000 and stock 40,000 is equal to creditors 40,000 plus capital 2,48,000. We can cross check the sum of liability side, that is 2,88,000, and the sum of this side is also 2,88,000. So here we can easily verify our answer. So next, fifth and the last transaction of this question, he sold goods 26,000 and cost price was 20,000. So goods sold. So we have sold goods in cash and we are receiving, after the selling of goods, we are receiving 26,000. So it will increase our cash and there is no change in the furniture, but it will decrease our stock by 20,000 because the stock, the cost of the sold good was 20,000. So that's why our stock will decrease by 20,000. And in these transactions, we are getting profit worth rupees 6,000 and it will increase our capital. Okay. So after this, again, we have to find out our new equation, that is 2,39,000, that is of our cash, 35,000 of our furniture and 20,000 of our stock, and which is equal to the total of creditors, it means liabilities, plus our capital, and the capital is 2,54,000. Okay, so here we can check our answer by the totaling of this 239 plus 35 plus 20. We have to find out the sum and which should be equal to of this. So 40,000 plus 2,54,000. And the sum of this side, 239, 35, 55, 40, 94. Okay, 2,94,000. 2,94 of 1,000. Okay, so here we can verify our equation, that is asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. Okay, every time we have to verify this answer only. Clear? It was our question number 2. Continue with our third question. Okay, that I have already solved for you. Okay, so it will take very less time just for the explanation. We have first question, that is business started with cash rupees 1,75,000. Here we have started our business with 1,75,000. So you can see here business started with cash rupees 175. This cash is equal to our capital. So they are equal. Then second transaction, purchase goods from Rohit, that is given goods purchased from Rohit. It's a credit transaction. So when you will purchase goods from someone in credit, it will increase your creditors, that is of 50,000 rupees. So it will increase, this transaction will increase our stock as well as our creditors. Okay, this question I have solved in very short time, that's why I have avoided to write here 0, 0 and all. Okay, that you can cross check. Okay, so our stock and our creditors both will increase by 50,000. The third question is there, sales goods on credit to Manish costing 17,500 and we have sold it by 20,000. So we are selling goods in credit. Cost price was 17,500. So that's why out of the available stock we have to decrease our stock by 17,500. But our debtors will increase by 20,000 because this goods we have sold to that person at the rate of 20,000 only. And in this transaction we are getting profit of rupees 2,500. So our capital will finally increase by 2,500. Then after these three transactions, our new equation, our revised cash 1,75,000, stock that is 32,500, debtors that is of 20,000, then creditors 50,000. Then after our capital is 1,77,500. Then fourth transaction is there for furniture purchase. Okay, so once when you will purchase furniture in cash, so it will decrease our cash for rupees 10,000 and it will increase our furniture at the rate of 10,000. So our cash has been decreased by 10,000 and our furniture has been increased by 10,000. There is no effect in the creditors and capital. So after fourth transaction, our revised assets will be 165 as a cash, 32.5 as a stock, 20,000 as a debtors, and furniture will appear by 10,000. And there is no changes in the creditors and the capital. That is as usual of 50,000 and 1,77,500. The next fifth transaction, we have cash paid to creditors. Actually, we have to pay 50,000 to creditors, but we had paid just only 48,500 in the full settlement. Full settlement, it means whatever amount has been due to pay to the creditors, that we are not going to pay. We are going to pay less amount than that. Okay, but even after this, his account should be 0. So it may be 0 when you will subtract 50,000. So in the place of 50,000, we are going to pay 48,500. It means even in this transaction, we are getting profit worth is 1,500. So this transaction, once when you will pay cash to someone, it will decrease our cash that we are paying to our creditors. That's why our creditors will decrease by 50,000. And there is a profit of rupees 1.5, so it will increase our capital. Then after you can calculate our revised amount of the different asset or the liabilities. The transaction number 6 is there, cash received from debtors, and debtors was due worth rupees 20,000 and we have realized this amount. So cash will increase by 20,000 but our debtors will decrease by 20,000 and there is no effect on the another items. So our revised cash will be 136.5. Stock there is no changes, 32.5, but our debtors will be 0 and furniture as well 10,000. Okay, and capital that is 1,79,000. The last transaction, that is rent at 1,000. Okay, so rent at 1,000, so it will decrease our cash by 1,000 rupees, so it will be 135.5. and along with this it will decrease our capital, that is of 1000. So it will be 1,78,000. So here we have to cross check the sum of asset side and the sum of liability side. Once when you will calculate the sum, 1,35,500 plus 32,500 plus 10,000, it will be 1,78,000. So simply we can verify all the assets are equal to the liabilities plus capital. So this equation verified our final equation. Okay. So accordingly, like this, we have to solve all the numericals. So today we have discussed 3 numericals. Hopefully you will enjoy all these questions. Just try to solve questions. If you have any doubt, that we can discuss. Okay. Bye.